Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're either catching me on my YouTube channel True Divine 44, on my Facebook page True Divine 44. Like, share, subscribes and follows are greatly appreciated on either or both of those platforms. Much love to everybody who's doing that thus far. It's helping me grow, it's keeping me going, so thank you. I'm putting out as much free content as I can. As you probably know already if you've caught my videos, it's the spiel for anybody who's coming new, but I put out as much free content as I can, mainly via tarot, to help support, guide and inspire you on your day, your journey, your month, whatever it might be. So I put out as many daily invitations to the energies of the day videos. I put out as many of those as I can, my young boys permitting. I also put out monthly sign readings, so for each sign pulling cards. Of course this is picking up on the collective energies around either or both of those, so it's collective, it's general, so you have to take what resonates and you have to be discerning. Don't try and bend the readings to your will, just take what hits home with you and leave the rest behind for somebody else to take up on. So for today it's the 11th, is it the 11th? Yep, it's the 11th of the 4th 2020. So we've got the Six of Swords first up. So it's really this energy of, there's a little bit of an energy of a little bit of non-plus energy today, of there's been such tense energy for the last, I don't know how long now, but in particular last few days, there's been such a tension in the air, and not overall, but like I said yesterday, that these two sides, these two opposing sides causing tension, and us in the middle, and us deciding how we react to that in the middle of those two opposing sides. But when you drop that amount of tension before you go on to the next part of the cycle, sometimes it can feel like a little bit of a non-plus energy, a little bit of a, I don't know what to make of this. You know, most of the adrenaline is gone, but I haven't spiked with excitement and passion for something else yet, so just in this like sort of dip. But it doesn't feel like a sad dip, it feels like a just a calmness, a just being, just being still for a moment. So this Six of Swords represents that. It's the start of the process of letting go of things that didn't serve you, letting go of things that hurt you or harmed you, in your personal lives and on the greater stage, everything reflecting in on everything. So there's this real feeling of today for a lot of individuals, I feel in their own lives, might have done a lot of the contemplating that has come up in the other daily energy reads. And that contemplating is almost looking around, knowing that you've already made that mental and or emotional movement away from maybe the people you live with, maybe the people you associated with, maybe current events has really highlighted, which has been coming up in the cards, has really highlighted that you're not where you need to be, or you're not with the people that you need to be with. And so today there isn't excitement about the letting go, there isn't sadness, there's just a observance, just observing the fact that I've either emotionally let go or mentally let go, but I'm letting go nevertheless. So there's this pause today. The Six of Swords on the other decks is two characters, a male and a female. You only see their backs, so that you know what they're letting go of is behind them now. And on one side of the water, they're in a canoe, or a canoe type boat. So they're in on one side of the water. It's choppy. It's been tense. It hasn't been what it should have been. And they have their Six of Swords, their lessons, the things, the tools to go forward with in this boat. but they're heading off, and on the other side of this boat is very calm, still water. So that's what this card, it's sort of that transition period of letting go of something that isn't for you, or letting go of even constructs, even letting go of old belief systems, letting go of things that you used to believe in, maybe governments, maybe certain politicians, maybe certain Hollywood stars, sports stars. You know, it doesn't have to be with the people that are in your home or the people that you would usually hang out with. It could be that, you know, there's this pause and observance of, yeah, I need to let that go. I need to either stop watching that or stop supporting that, or I need to move away from the people I spend most of my time with. You might have found another tribe, you might have found another set of friends, you might have found another lover, you might have found another partner, you might have found another business partner. It could reflect differently for everybody, but the energy is the same. This pause and observance of just still feeling the choppy waters, still feeling the movement that has initially pushed you to wanting to let go in the first place, and being right in the middle between the choppy waters and the still waters, where there's calm, where things are in harmony, where you feel you're at your pace, where you feel okay, things are still, things have calmed down, I can move forward now, I can do other things. So the second card that comes up is the Ten of Swords. And so nobody can say that any of this lifetime, that any of us, no matter how old we are, that this world has been easy to live in. And by world, I don't mean the earth, the abundant earth that if we used it properly would look after us just sweet. I mean the constructs that we've had to live in, the constructs, the control that we've had to live under, the manipulation, the way that reflects in on the people, the division within the people. And so it hasn't been an easy ride. But with all of that turmoil, with all of that, current events has brought us to being in the middle, moving on, letting go, because eyes have been opened, thought patterns have been remapped, belief systems have been remapped because of things that are being brought into the light, things that are being accepted. Now the Ten of Swords, that's not to say that it's easy to accept this. It doesn't feel good to feel like you've either put yourself in a position of complacency, of giving up, you know, your rights, giving up your freedoms, giving up your bliss, even in your personal life. If you've settled in business, if you've settled in partnerships, that doesn't feel easy. It's not easy to accept that, but there is this acceptance. The 10 marks the ending of a cycle, and therefore the opening of a new beginning. And it really is to do with thoughts. Now, a lot of the daily reads have talked about the fact that people are starting to remember in more and more numbers, which is inspiring, that thoughts become things. It's through the way we think, it's through the way we have our thoughts pattern set up. It's through the way we either control our thoughts or our thoughts control us, that manifests into our reality, that makes our world that we live in, both individually and collectively. So it explains why some people who have really attained that level of control over their thoughts can seemingly still survive very blissfully in the same world that a lot of other people are suffering in. They've attained that control, that self-mastery. So there's a lot of people that, because of current events, although they've been very, very difficult, although they've been so confusing, although they've been so frustrating sometimes, it's opened eyes, it's opened up that thought pattern, it's opened up the opportunity for you to take control of your thoughts. And remember that one of your major powers is to be able to manifest your world through your thoughts. So there's this readiness to start this new cycle. The third card being the Seven of Water. Now this is where this pause, this sort of non-plus feeling can impact this, in that there's lots of, the 7 cups represent, you know, the building castles in the sky, you know, trying to think and put your emotions, your passions into all these different things, and not knowing quite which direction to go in from here, and how do I go forward from here, you know, who do I want to be, how do I want to represent myself, how do I want to work, how do I want to make money, how do I want to survive, live, all of it. And then this 7 of cups represents the putting a scattered energy into too many cups. And usually I would say, you know, drill that down and drill it down now into just 2 or 3 or 1 cup that you want to go forward with, just to start with, to put all of your energy, all of your passion into that. But for today, it is a case of just resting easy in this energy, because of this self-mastery, because of your eyes being opened up, because of you getting in control of your thoughts rather than your thoughts getting in control of you, having that those lessons that have taught us all to, especially in current circumstances, to have independent thinking, independent research. I think it's quite good to be in the 7 of cups for today, because the possibilities are limitless, and the more people manifest through their thoughts all of these brilliant, mind opening, existence opening, the way we live, the things we can use, how we use them, the ideas, the projects that all of these cups represent, that's good, because the possibilities have been so controlled and limited up until now, and current events has caused us to open up and want more, look for different ways of doing things, look for different avenues to go down. So right now I think it's a really good collective energy to feed into this matrix, to say, I've got this idea, I could attain this, I could get this done. People are ready to listen now. People are ready to use this different kind of product that doesn't take as much energy. I don't know. I'm not an inventor, but a lot of you are. A lot of you know that you could make a tool that is so much more ergonomic than other tools of the same category. So all of those different options, and the fact that I can't even think, that's where the magic comes in today, that collectively we all have a different angle to look at life. We all have a different way of looking at things and creating things and understanding equations and problems and how to put them right, whether that is a tool, whether that is healing, whether that is communication, whether that is energy source, like physical energy as in electricity. So there's lots of possibilities that can be fed into this matrix today, and every single one of us plays a part in that. Every single one of us can energetically feed off each other and allow these ideas, these projects, these things that can take us forward in a very different way to flow, and therefore build up the energy as they go back and forth. Connections can be made through this, you know, people working together. People have had to come together in a big way, where, you know, governments and systems and constructs have allowed people to slip through the net, and have allowed people to fall on their knees and be hungry, be penniless. People have come together And even that, it was in preparation for this kind of day, this kind of energy, to be able to trust that we can exchange ideas, work together on projects, work together on ideas, and really create the world we want to exist in collectively and individually. So on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Cups again, this divine feminine that keeps making herself apparent every day. It could be any of the different queens. They've all popped up throughout the last few weeks. And it's this intuition. It's a cup again. It's the waters. It's the intuition. It's you just feeling your way through. It's not time to overthink with the end of that thinking cycle. It's not time to overthink where do we go from here. It's to just feed your energy into feeling your way through and using your intuition and allowing visions to come to you, visions of ideas and projects that you want to do, that you want to create. It's this openness and compassionate energy of this queen that brings people together, that, you know, brings about bonds that are meaningful, that are trusting, that are open, that are transparent. This queen really does just care. She cares deeply. And I think that's the energy that we all need to be embodying, and many of us are. For everything that's going on, when I am going to the shop or just sitting doing videos or in the garden, the amount of people, faces that never really stopped to say hello, didn't really hear them whistling as they were going past my house to get to the shop, the same shop that I go to. I've heard people whistling tunes like my granddad used to when he used to walk around. People have stopped on the other side of the fence just to say hello and how are you getting on and nice to meet you. And this connection, the connection that we'd forgotten about and that we'd lost. So where the internet is magical, it's awesome. It opens up the world to people. I love the internet. I think it's a brilliant thing, and when it's used properly, it's an awesome thing. But we have to remember, coming into this new cycle, to keep everything in balance. And as well as having this internet sort of remote friendship capacities to be able to maintain relationships via the internet and all of the great connective ways it can bring, it's very important to keep that balance. Remember the things that have cropped up that are worth not letting go of, but taking forward, i.e. taking the time out to physically say hello, to physically smile at somebody, to offer to help somebody carry their shopping, or, you know, just to have that physical connectedness also, and to cling on to that for dear life. Because a lot of people I know will claim that it is that has got them through this. It's that's made them survive this. It was life-giving, it was life-protecting, and so that's something that's very honourable and very important that we take forward from today as well. So I think that's about it for the 11th. It's pretty simple. Just sit in this energy, let those ideas, those projects flow, write them down. Don't forget them, write them down so you can keep coming back to them, and you'll probably find that list dwindles down into a manageable amount that you can really focus on, you can really put all of your energies into. But just sit in this energy, let it be, let it flow over you, let that intuition increase, just let it build, just let it build. Don't get frustrated with it, just breathe it in and breathe it out, and write down those ideas, write down those projects. Mark my words, the energy I'm feeling today, if I could somehow, some way, and please give me confirmation somehow, some way, if this ends up being how it is for you, if you're listening. On the 11th of April 2020, there'll be some ideas and projects, even from the simplest things, but that give such an ease of life to people. Maybe, like I said, ergonomic tools that are much easier to use for arthritic people with arthritis, or some kind of healing modem that hasn't been thought of before. Today is the day that will first be thought of. It'll first, and there'll be many of those things, those first thoughts, those first initiations into starting to create these amazing things that we will take forward. So it's a good day. Today's a good day. Happy Saturday, everybody. If you would like a private reading with me to support me that way, and you want a more specific view at your life, at the questions that you have, at the guidance that you want to receive, then it's a much more in-depth, much more personal experience and a lot longer. You can support me by contacting me with any of the details above or below this video, and or you can message me on Facebook Messenger at TrueDivine44. Just put in capitals the work you want to do, because I also do energy work.
And if you got a dog, don't put it in the washer and close the door and start off. That's
Theodore from Stage Left. Don't put dogs in the washer, he says. Sound advice, son. Sound advice. So I do energy work as well, where I help you facilitate the energy around you, breathing it in, directing it around your body. It gives you a feeling of expansion, it gives you a feeling of growth, and it gives you a feeling of control over your own energy source, over your own life. So contact me if any of those interest you. We can do them via Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, WhatsApp, whatever's best for you. You can do that, and please like, share and subscribe. Much love.
And
be balanced.
Make sure to shout out Mammy's channel.
Yeah, shout out Mammy's channel. Yeah. Much love. Be balanced, be whole always. Mwah.